Hey guys, I am back with another Spider-Man video. Now, throughout the game, you realize that tokens are the only way to upgrade your outfits, get more abilities, and to do all sorts of things, right? Now, I'll be explaining how to get these tokens. Now, just something, I need to say something before this video starts. Now, I've noticed, I did promise that I would try my best to find some glitches for this game for anyone that, wants to replay on a harder difficulty, but also wants to be, at least have a gaining advantage for that harder difficulty, or people that just want to enjoy the game being a god. I'm still searching for those glitches. It is pretty hard to find glitches in this game, especially with the way programmers are designing their games now. It is harder to find glitches the way they are, and especially in a game like Spider-Man. But that's not going to stop me as a glitch finder, right? I will spend a good amount of my time trying to find something, and if I do find something, I'll let you guys know. But as far as I know, there are no glitches that can be exploited in this game. Everything is earned legitly through XP, through skill points, and through tokens, and I'll be kind of explaining more into that at the end of the video. Now, like I said, you progress through the game, you realize that tokens are a base need for everything. You need backpack tokens, crime tokens, base tokens, you need all these forms of tokens, and sometimes you might wonder, well, how do you get these tokens? Well, don't worry, I will be here to help you, because sometimes they don't really describe to you things properly in games, but don't worry, like I said, I am here. Now, our first token are research tokens. Now, research tokens are one of the many tokens you need to get the Spider-Man Armor Mark II suit, right? And, you do need research tokens for the base majority of the outfits that you will get in this game. And the way, and by the way, guys, this is obviously containing spoilers, right? So, to get research tokens and to get tokens overall, you need to complete their mini objectives, right? So let's just say for research tokens, as you guys can see here, there's a chemical leak, right? Throughout the city, when you collect descramble the surveillance tower, you will find these research stations throughout the city. Now, whenever you complete a research station, you do get a research token. The moment you enter a research station, you already get a token for the matter of finding it. But if you do complete the mission, you do get a bonus research token. That is how you get research tokens, and you can see the amount of research tokens on the bottom left hand of the screen whenever you interact with the menu. The next one we have is landmark tokens. Now, in order to get landmark tokens, the game will actually explain to you how to get them, but just in case that you weren't listening, you're more into the action of the game, not into the narrative story of the game, and personally, I can understand where people come from that. In order to get landmark tokens, there are actually landmarks throughout the city, and like I said, the majority of finding these things are actually you have to do the surveillance tower, these scramble things, and these little things are super easy to descramble, so it's not even that hard. But basically, you need to pull out your camera by pressing up the pad, zooming in with L2, and then taking a picture with R1. Now that is how you take a picture.
Armed robbery in progress.
Now once you do take a picture of the landmark, and it will tell you if you are taking a picture of the right thing, you will get one landmark token. Now, our next one is base tokens. These tokens are actually going to be quite harder to get, and the reason being is because you will need to take down a trap house, one might say, or a base, another might say, and these bases are most of the time heavily guarded. You do get access to one of them quite early on in the game, but let me just say that these bases or hideouts sometimes can be very easy. If you want to stealth it, then they can be extremely easy. But if you get caught, then they become very difficult. And if you guys have pre-ordered the game and have the spider drones, and if you guys do have the Stark intern suit and do have the spider bro, then you can take down these bases actually quite fast. Now, that's not for everyone. Some people might want to wait a day just to see the reviews. Personally, I love the game and I cannot stop playing it. And I'm happy with my pre-order because the spider drones really do help you in combat, very much so. So if you guys didn't pre-order the game, then I do suggest you guys take out these bases through stealth. And if you guys can't stealth it, then if the base is too much for you guys to handle, that just obviously means that you aren't ready to take on these bases and should probably wait until you're stronger. Our next one is crime tokens. Now, crime tokens are actually very easy to get. They're probably the easier things to get in this game. And basically, the only way you can get crime tokens is by completing missions as one way to get them, or mainly by just, swinging through the city and hoping that there's like an armed robbery or thug crimes, right? Now, the way you get these crimes is that literally you have to swing around, and if you're near one, your phone will notify you with the radio from the police, and all you have to do is just wait a little while. If you're near it, it'll notify you of the area. But if you're like, let's just say that there's a crime right here, and you're right over here where my little reticle is, right? You will not know where that is. You actually have to be quite near the crime in order for your phone to pick it up, and you have to be near the crime in order to see where you need to go. And usually I think the range is under 300 meters, so as long as you're within 300 meters of the crime, you will know where it is and you will know where to find it. Now, some of these crimes can be very difficult to handle. Some of them can be very easy. Some of them where you just need to rescue people. Some of them where you need to find a kidnapped vehicle. There's multiple scenarios where these crimes can lead, and sometimes you have to defeat over 20 enemies, and sometimes that can be a challenge. So preferably, if you guys see a crime, if it's too much for you to handle, don't even bother, because the moment you fail the crime is gone, right? It's already been accomplished by the enemies. There's no point in doing it anymore, and it will notify you when the crime reappears. Our next one is actually challenge tokens. Now, I haven't unlocked a challenge token myself, but I can only assume. Now, quote me if I am wrong, I'll pin your comment, but as far as I know, you guys see bonus objectives, right? Now, this could be one of possible two answers, right? Challenge tokens could be something you unlock later on, possibly in the future, because there's no need to have challenge tokens until probably later on in the game. And I can only surmise that challenge tokens are unlocked through completing certain challenges, whether that be like a course where you have to swing around the city in certain parts as fast as possible, or defeat certain enemies with certain styles. Now, that is what I can probably guess what challenge tokens will be. Sadly, I haven't progressed through the game far enough to actually unlock a challenge token, and I didn't get the game 1 week earlier like some other famous YouTubers did to be able to actually understand how challenge tokens do, how you receive challenge tokens. Now, like I said, if I am wrong, just do quote me and I'll pin your comment. Otherwise than that is, I believe, how you can get them. Our last tokens are backpack tokens. This is probably going to be like the second or third easiest tokens that you will get throughout this game. Now, whenever you do descramble a surveillance tower, it will notify you of usually 1 or 2 backpacks within your area. All you have to do is just be near the backpack, or at least have the backpack unlocked, and whenever you press right joystick, as long as you're kind of near it, you'll basically be seeing a green light appear right on the map, right? It will be very visible. It'll essentially look like that, but green. And the closer you're getting near it, essentially you'll soon get to the point where you can actually see it through the wall, and you can easily see where it is. And each time you collect a backpack, you also get a little minifigure with it, whether it be like a collectible with lore on it, or a plush little Spider-Man toy. And it's pretty interesting stuff to see, and pretty interesting to see the kind of things you can get. But essentially, that is how you get backpack tokens. Now, the things that you can use these tokens for are, like I said, in order to get suits, set aside from the 3 that you can pre-order and get for free, you need these tokens to craft suits. And you don't unlock all the suits right off the bat, but you do unlock actually a pretty good amount of them at pretty early on in the game. And let me just say that the Iron Man spider suit is probably the one you want to be using off first. Don't bother with these other ones, and maybe like if you guys are just interested in just gameplay as of this moment, then I would probably suggest getting the Scarlet Spider suit just for the hollow decoy. Like I said, you do get overwhelmed pretty easily sometimes in this game, and being able to spawn multiple versions of yourself that distract enemies is definitely a plus. Personally, I like the Stark suit because of Spider Bro. I showed you guys what it's like in a previous video where I'm just roaming around in the city. It is a very strong ability. You basically call in a drone. That's kind of like the Spider drones that you have, but this one takes out every enemy within its range. It is very strong, very powerful. Definitely I suggest getting the Spider Armor Mark II suit, not because of its ability, but because of how nice it looks. It is a very, very nice looking outfit. But definitely early on in the game, the Iron Spider suit is probably the way to go, just because of Iron Arms. Essentially, whenever you use Iron Arms, you get, basically the little arms, and you basically do massively increased damage, and that is always a plus. Essentially, yeah, that is how you get tokens, and that is what tokens are mainly used for. You also do use tokens to upgrade your gadgets, to further upgrade them for the better, obviously, and to craft gadgets at that. But definitely, for the main majority, I use my tokens to craft the suits so that I can get better suit powers. And obviously I do use them to craft gear and upgrade my gear. But otherwise than that, that is mainly how you get tokens and what you use them for. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys have any questions at all, I can answer them at my best. Or if you guys want me to do a certain video on Spider-Man, I can definitely do that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.